So now we're on to hosting a fundraiser, and you see the word fun in fundraiser. So fundraising should be fun. It should not be stressful. Please don't stress out over the fundraising. You want to get creative. You want it to be exciting, and, think about the things that you like to do and or things that your team likes to do and get involved in and make those fundraisers. So here we have a list of some great fundraising ideas. We have simple fundraisers, things like a bake sale, a potluck dinner. You can do, I love this, team T-shirt decorating party. So, invite your team to come over and decorate, host a little dinner while you do it, charge them an entry fee, and, it turns into a great little fundraiser, and sell those shirts later, make enough to sell them to your friends and family and get them involved. You could have larger events. You just heard a couple of our team captains talking about a Zumba-thon. Those are fun, great ways to get involved. We heard about the tap party. We're going to hear a little bit more about that in just a second. Paint and sip. Those are huge right now. People love to do those. I see them all the time on social networks. These are also great ways to get people involved that you wouldn't normally see at maybe a walk, or maybe you wouldn't normally come to any other type of Lupus event, or maybe they don't even know about Lupus, but you've invited them to a Zumba-thon, and they like Zumba, and they're thinking, well, it's, a win-win. I'm going to get fit, and I'm going to help fundraise. So you're really hitting another audience while doing some great fundraising for yourself and your team. We have a lot of ideas, A to Z fundraising guide on our website, so you can check that out and get more fun ideas. But, keep it fun and make sure that your team is getting involved. We have some tips to help you plan your fundraiser. So the biggest thing is communication. I think we talked about that a little bit already. You can have an awesome party, but if you don't invite anybody, you're not going to get those donations and you're not going to have much fun. So you got to make sure that you're connecting with people, you're making flyers, you're sending out things via Facebook, social media, emails. However you need to invite people and get people excited to come, you do that. And then you want to decide on the type of fundraiser that you're going to have. Are you going to have a Zumba-thon? Are you going to have, a big pizza party? But then set a goal. What's your goal for that fundraiser, and how are you going to achieve that? And then we're going to look at logistics. So make sure you have a great date, a time, decorations, And I know all this can sound a little overwhelming, but you want to make sure that you're planning. So get a list together and start checking things off. And don't forget that if it is a team fundraiser, that your team members are helping you out. So, maybe you have a team member that's really good at, doing the balloon towers, and they can donate those for you and get those started. And another one that's really good at, taking the donations at the door. So get them all involved, have them there the day of, or if they can't be there the day of, have them help you in the planning process. And then you've had a great fundraiser, and you're ready to wrap it up. Make sure that you're thanking everybody that participated, those people that came and attended, your team members, anybody that made any donations. A little thank you can go a really long way. Post them on social media. Take pictures of the event. Let people know that you really appreciate the efforts that they put into your fundraiser. And, of course, your staff, your chapter staff or your walk staff is here if you need any help. With that, if you want us to help promote it, we have our fundraising pages. We have our Facebook pages as well. So we can also help you if it's something that's bigger. We can help you promote those as well. So to hear, we have a couple of our team captains that you've already met, and they're going to share a little bit about some of the fundraising ideas that they've had. So, Stephanie, you had mentioned that you do tap parties, and you've had some really great success with those. So can you just kind of tell us a little bit about what you feel like the benefits of organizing a fundraiser are than just asking individuals for walk donations?
I mean, I think that it kind of goes back and forth with a few things because ultimately people like a return. They do. And I feel like if you make it something fun, something that they're already interested in, something that they're already giving money to, then they're more inclined. That and also beer helps. No, but no, I don't mean it like that. But seriously, I mean, it's something that's fun. It's a fun environment, and they realize that it's for such a good cause. So they're still getting a return on it. They're getting the fact that, in a way, in a sense, they're kind of getting their entertainment. They know that they're going to get a new beer for their tapping party. They're going to try new food. They're going to get a new experience in there. And it's also educational because they're going to learn something new about lupus. I guarantee that. Make them listen.
That's great. Thank you so much for that. Freya.
Well, yeah.
So what was your fundraiser that you've had as opposed to, with your team, as opposed to just single donations? Can you give us a little information on what you did?
Yeah, definitely. I think mine's a little bit similar to the TAP fundraiser, but I also do like a bar night where I used to work at a bar as well, and what we would do is we would charge people a small donation fee to get into the bar, and what my boss would do is he would have us, for all the guests who paid the donation fee, they would all get happy hour prices for the whole night. And in addition to that, I also made some raffle baskets. I would sell the rubber lupus awareness bracelets. We do a 50-50 raffle, and I have made a makeshift photo booth, which I think you saw in the previous slide, where a lot of people love that because they post their pictures and make a little hashtag, and I have them hashtag the walk as well. So I think that's a cool way to spread awareness as well.
That's great. Freya, what is the best piece of advice that you'd give someone who wants to host a walk fundraiser?
So my advice to all you guys is just to use your resources. So, I used to work in a bar, so that made that easy for me. If you know someone who, works in a restaurant or a bar, use them. If you chat to the manager of your gym, every time you go in, ask them. Ask people you know and have regular contact with, because 9 out of 10 times they're going to be willing to host an event with you, and it'll be something where you don't have to pay additional money. They'll actually volunteer their time and space, which makes things a lot easier.
That's awesome. Thank you so much. So I think that we've mentioned it a little bit before. What is it that you like to do? What is it that you're interested in? What is your team interested in? Those can be simple fundraisers, and sometimes they're right under your nose and you don't even realize it. So, if you like to go to the bar, I think we found out that lots of people do like to go to the bars, and that beer helps. So, so these are things that both Freya and Stephanie, they were right in front of them, things that they did, they worked there. Things that they were in front of them every day that they turned into a fundraiser. So that's something that you need to look at, because oftentimes we look past those things and it's right there in front of our face, and it's something that we're familiar with already, and that makes it a little bit easier, and it's fun. So that makes it a lot easier to bring people in. Thank you so much, Freya and Stephanie, for sharing your stories with us. We really appreciate it.